Victoria Johnson joins us today. Victoria is a wealth services consultant with Synergy Credit Union as we continue our financial literacy series. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you.
We're going to start by talking about baby boomers, but focusing on women in particular. So I'd like to know from your perspective, are females in the boomer generation engaged enough in their financial well-being?
Well, although many are, I also believe that many are not as engaged as maybe they should be. Oftentimes I'll see a couple that comes into my office where the woman defers everything to the husband, saying, you know, he's better at this than me. I really don't have any interest. I don't want to have to deal with it. He's good at it. So not in all cases, but very often they're not as involved as they maybe should be.
Okay, but why should they be? Why should they care and why should they be invested in this?
So even if they're not interested and they are comfortable with their husbands taking charge and making all the decisions themselves, one really should try to understand and be engaged in the process. One reason for that would be that women often will be left with the money in the end. Analysts predict that 90% of women will be the sole financial decision maker at some point in their lives.
So that's obviously the reason then why they need to get some of this financial literacy now, instead of being surprised at the end and have everything left to them and not know what to do.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, specifically, what issues can happen if women, you know, aren't taking the interest that they should?
So if they're not engaged, if they don't understand their financial picture, they could be blindsided by how much is actually left to them. They may not know how to access their investments. They may not know if they even have any survivor benefits through pensions. All of this can cause them to be very stressed, lost, confused. By taking an active role in it, when that time comes, they'll be prepared.
So what is the best way to get more involved? It may seem like it's, you know, a big thing, but what's the best way for them to start, maybe even with the smaller steps to get involved with this?
So the biggest thing is to be involved, and how can they do that? They can come to the appointments with their husbands. They can be active in the appointment, ask questions, take notes. You know, also I would encourage them to take classes on it, learn about budgeting, learn about why it's important to have insurance, why it's important to have a will. Just to take an active role in understanding it, and really the biggest thing is to just be involved.
Right from the beginning.
Right from the beginning.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Well, we're out of time for this hour, but we will be back next hour and continuing our financial literacy series with Synergy Credit Union.